Let's dive right in. Today in New York, we're looking at a weekend of unexpected stabbings across the city and more. I'm Garrett.
And I'm Leah.
Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett in New York City.
First up, Queens and Brooklyn weekend stabbings leave 3 dead. Late Friday in Brooklyn, police responding to a 911 call found 2 men with stab wounds. One, identified by police as 34-year-old Dan Costume of Brooklyn, died from his injuries. A second victim, a 66-year-old man, is in stable condition. Doctors say his vital signs are steady. Then Saturday morning in Queens, a 71-year-old man and a 65-year-old woman were found with stab wounds and were later pronounced dead at New York Presbyterian Queens Hospital. Their names have not yet been released. In both cases, detectives are actively investigating and no arrests have been made so far. Police haven't shared suspect details yet, which can feel unsettling, especially when incidents occur in different boroughs, Brooklyn and Queens, within hours of each other. If you live nearby, you might notice more patrols and detectives canvassing, which means going door to door and checking cameras. It's a tough update today, for sure.
Yeah, that's heavy. What stands out to me is the surprising lack of suspect info. No descriptions released, no arrests. That suggests it's been hard to find witnesses or usable video. For folks commuting late, keep it chill and stay aware of your surroundings. And if you saw or heard anything around those blocks Friday night or Saturday morning, even a small detail could help detectives. That's a curveball for the weekend. It hits different when it's 2 boroughs back to back. Next up, New Jersey governor accuses outsiders of inciting violence at Delaney Hall protests. Governor Mickey Sherrill says out-of-state agitators, meaning people who come specifically to stir up conflict, fueled clashes outside Delaney Detention Center in Newark. The protests have been running for over a week, centered on conditions inside the facility, amid reported hunger and labor strikes by detainees. State police tried to set up a designated peaceful protest zone, but there were confrontations involving fireworks and gas canisters. Officials say 5 of the 6 people arrested were from outside New Jersey. There were both supporters and opponents of ICE there. ICE is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the federal agency that handles immigration enforcement. Officials also noted some national extremist groups showed up, which can raise tensions fast. The Department of Homeland Security and the GEO Group, a private corrections company tied to detention operations, deny claims about poor conditions at Delaney Hall. Meanwhile, state police and local officers continue to manage the scene, and there have been multiple arrests during the week.
That's so wild, and it gets complicated. On one side, protest organizers point to detainee hunger and labor strikes as signs something's wrong inside. On the other, DHS and GEO Group push back, saying those claims aren't accurate. Real talk, when we hear outsiders, I want to know why people traveled in. Is it national attention on immigration policy, or groups looking to make a scene wherever the cameras are? Either way, peaceful demonstration zones only work if everyone respects them. And the presence of extremist groups tends to make that a lot harder. Okay, let's move on. Mayor Mamdani backs challenger, shakes up New York congressional race. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is endorsing Darya-Liza Avila Chevalier, a Democratic socialist who's advocating for more expansive social programs and public supports, to challenge incumbent Representative Adriano Espaillat in the 13th Congressional District. For quick bearings, NY13 includes parts of Harlem and the Bronx. Mamdani's move fits a pattern of backing anti-establishment candidates to reshape the Democratic Party. Avila Chevalier is centering affordability and justice, themes that hit home for a lot of renters and workers in the district. Espaillat, who has represented the district for nearly a decade, points to endorsements from prominent Democratic leaders to underscore his standing. This district has seen lively, competitive primaries before. Here's where it gets really interesting. Even within one party, you've got different visions of how to deliver on affordability and public safety, and endorsements like this can flip the script fast.
That's a solid point. And there's a twist. Espaillat himself has a history of challenging incumbents, so seeing him now face a challenge kind of brings it full circle. It signals voters might get a sharper debate on cost of living and local priorities. I'm down for that, as long as the campaigns keep it focused on the issues and, facts over noise. Let's switch it up. Albany's legislative session concludes with focus on Trump Fund and redistricting. Lawmakers are sprinting to the finish. The session was supposed to wrap June 4th, but might push into June 5th after a budget that was passed almost 2 months late, compressing everything else. On the table, responding to a proposed Trump anti-weaponization fund, entering the national redistricting debate, and measures on plastic reduction and surveillance pricing. Quick definitions. Redistricting is redrawing political maps that decide who votes where. Surveillance pricing refers to prices informed by data tracking on customers, which raises privacy and privacy questions. There's debate over the necessity and effectiveness of the anti-weaponization fund. Some Democratic lawmakers are weighing whether potential payouts tied to it should be taxed, while others question the whole premise. With time tight, anything controversial is harder to land, so expect a lot of late-night negotiating and probably a few bills getting carried over.
That's the heartbeat of it. I'm struck by how much pushback the proposed fund is getting before it even exists in practice, and packing redistricting, plastics, and pricing privacy into the same final window. That's a lot. Why try to solve so many complicated problems at once?
Because the calendar's tight and momentum matters. When the budget runs late, the dominoes fall, and you either jam it in now or risk losing the year on some priorities.
Last up, mysterious group spotted entering Brooklyn manholes spark NYPD investigation. In 2 separate late-night incidents, one in Gravesend and one in Williamsburg, groups were seen going into manholes and then leaving a few hours later. Surveillance video reportedly shows them changing clothes and cleaning up when they emerged. Officers searched but didn't find damage or evidence of other crimes, and there have been no arrests. Still, entering the sewer system is illegal and dangerous. We're talking toxic gases, low oxygen, and fast-moving water, all serious risks. Why would anyone do that?
No idea yet. It's unusual and honestly pretty risky. The NYPD is looking into it, and while officers didn't find damage, the whole situation flags a security gap in our infrastructure. Unauthorized access like that could put people in danger fast. That's one for the memory bank. Hopefully we get clarity soon. That's all for today's Laid Back Local, the news of the day, with Leah and Garrett in New York City.
Stay safe out there, and tune in tomorrow for more updates.